Good morning. Welcome to Frank's School. Still in Coimbra, second day. Actually, this all took place in one day, in real time, but I'm spreading it out a little bit because it's a good bit to see. Introduction to Coimbra, yes, but this time I want to show you two more. I'll put two more videos online. One of the botanical garden, and one of a collection of 10,000 orchids. If you're into plants and gardens, you might find this interesting. Anyway, yesterday I showed that walk that I went down through and came up around, and then the battery ran out. I went back to the hostel. Actually, what you're going to see is out of chronological order. That day then, the Hawklings and myself, we went for a second walk, and I showed them the market. The market is right in here. And so you'll get another look at the municipal market, and just a little bit there. And then at one point, I say that's where Thomas and I were just a bit ago. That's a view from sort of down here where the hostel is, near the old cathedral, Sevilla. And we're looking up at some people on a, I want to call it battlement, behind a railing up in the university. We're looking up in that direction. Well, tomorrow I'll show you what it looks like from the university, from up here on this high point. And there we had been looking down and all around. But today, the botanical garden, why I put it out of order, chronological order, is because if my battery had not run out and I had the whole day, I would have just gone right across underneath the aqueduct, which you'll see, and into the botanical garden, which is not nearly that big. It's big, but it's not nearly that big. And it's on a very steep part of the hillside between the aqueduct and the river. I put a little box here because there's a monastery up there, which I'm sure is very, very nice, supplied also by that aqueduct. You see, the aqueduct carries the water across what I call a saddle, a little bit of a low spot, to get the water out to that high spot, which had been the fortified city and is now the university. So anyway, you'll see that. And the two videos, Botanical Garden, one of the oldest in Europe. And I talk about it a little bit as I'm filming. And the 10,000 orchids, I thought it was 2,000, but I said it just after the man had told me, so it probably is 10,000 orchids, donated by a couple from Finland. I explained this a little in the video. I see evidence of austerity, I think that's spelled right, austerity measures in other places in Portugal too, cutting back on things. I saw evidence of it in the Museum of Ethnology, National Museum of Ethnology in Lisbon, and here too. They have set about to build a wonderful building to house that collection of orchids. But he says at one point that they're 2 years behind schedule. All right, well, if you like plants and you like gardens, you may enjoy these next two videos. And then I'll have one more about Coimbra. Bye for now.